If you've watched enough golf content, you will have been advised, you will have been shown how the best players in the world at the top of their backswing squat in their downswing so that they can use their legs down through strike. I've got a little secret for you. If you don't apply this one crucial element at the top of your backswing, there is no chance, my friends, that you will create squat and unload of that leg action in your downswing to create maximum energy. I'm going to show you what that crucial element is right now. I've come to our upstairs gym here and I want to show you exactly what you need to do to start to create that squat and unload down through strike. Now, many golfers will be advising you out there to not pull the golf club. Now, if you have watched enough of my content and you will recognize the swing phase, the swing moment of the golf swing, which you will find in these two videos here, it will change everything. It will change your pull moment at the top of the backswing. I have got two bands here. You can find both of these bands on my store. Hit the link below and in the video description. One is weaker than the other. And the reason why I've put a weak band and a strong band is so that I can show you what the increase in energy does to the squat. Now, let's recognize that I've got a golf club up in the air behind me at the top of my backswing. So I make my backswing here, and at the top here, this golf club, now the TheraBand, is what I want to move quickly. Now, if I just think about rotating, you can see how I could stay in the central position. And this is what a lot of golfers will tend to do if they don't pull the golf club, because they've been advised to just turn at the top of the backswing. Now what I want to do is advise you to get the TheraBand and pull it over in this section here. I'm not thinking about moving it around. All I'm going to get you to do is pull the band over here. Now, if I pull the band over in this direction, look how I create way more lateral shift in my downswing. By virtue of taking something from the right-hand side of my body, trail side, and now trying to move it to my lead side by simply pulling. Now, because the band is light, and I use this for a lot of pressure work through the grip, because the band is light, I could pull the band and have very little in the way of momentum with my body. Now, all of a sudden, let's up the energy of the band, let's up the weight of the band, and now try and pull that band. Now, this band is quite strong, so pulling it without moving my body is really quite hard. Now I'm going to pull the band, and as I pull on the band, what I then start to do is lean. I use my total mass, I use my leg action in conjunction with trying to pull that band. Now look what's happening. As the weight has gone up, all of a sudden the pull moment has inspired me as a human to move in the direction I'm trying to pull the band in. No sense of trying to squat, but my human mechanics that work on trying to pull something makes me lean. Now, the harder that band goes up, I've now got a seriously thick and taut band. I now start trying to pull on that thing, and if I was to just do it with my arms, I wouldn't be able to move it very far. So all of a sudden, I start to use my energy with my body to help me pull it. And because I'm pulling it towards the golf ball, I am leaning, I am squatting. Now, at the moment that I start to squat in my downswing, I now need to have a rebound. I now need to have a rebound with my left leg to move the band around me. Now, the band is too taut, too tough. So I'm going to go back down to the much lighter one here, because all of a sudden, moving this lighter one around me is a piece of cake. I can move the band around me. Now, all of a sudden, I don't feel as much load in my downswing. So I'm going to really sense the amount of load and pull I have with the tougher band. because that's going to get me feeling like I can squat. But you can see if I don't pull the band and I just squat, look how I lose the harmony of the TheraBand and my arms. So I just turn and I don't pull. Can you see the difference between what's going on with my arms and my chest? So at the point I really pull on the band, it starts to get me to lean. And there's the squat that we see with the best players in the world. And that's because they're pulling on the golf club. Now you've got to use this energy here to move the band around you. I can't do it with how taut that band is. So there's the pull and the squat. Now I need to use that leg to rebound and move me around the golf ball and open up. So this squat is a reaction of pulling a golf club very hard. The left leg then becomes a source of moving the grip from behind me, behind the ball line, to back in front of the ball line. So I'm now making this grip arc in and in, but it's moving from being back behind the ball line, inside the path line, to back inside the path line by use of that leg, that I can only activate when I get some serious pull on the golf club. So with golf club in hand, there's the pull and there's the pushback that allows this golf club, there's the pull, there's the pushback. Let's get on the mat and put that into practice. Now we fully appreciated the pull moment at the top of the backswing, we can now rest assured that the load in your lead leg will start to activate. So when you're starting to go to the top and we're feeling how the right leg is putting force into my lead leg, all of a sudden I need a pushback, because as hard as I pull on the golf club, the harder I need to push back with my lead leg, which is why the wedges are so crucial. You can find those on my store, link in the description. The wedge gives you something to pull the golf club against. So I put the wedge on my lead foot and angle it away from the target. At the top of my backswing, all of a sudden, I've now got this frequency with how hard I pull the golf club, with how hard I push back with my lead leg. So this pull moment, if unchecked and my legs give way, I will actually move too far past the golf ball. When I move too far past the golf ball, all of a sudden, I will make that golf club swing too much from the inside and I'll have too much angle of attack down. This, my friends, is exactly why you get dissuaded from pulling on the golf club, because most golfers don't know how to use their leg action efficiently. If you've never used your legs in your golf swing, and I hear a lot of you say, Stuart, I don't use my legs in my downswing, that is the exact reason why pulling on the golf club has never worked for you. If you pull on the golf club and your legs simply give way, you'll be off down the street looking like Gary Player in a heartbeat. Now, that is not to say that Gary Player isn't a great golfer, but there are things to be learned from modern day science. So as we pull on this golf club, I now put the wedge under my lead foot here. And with it being under my lead foot, I can now get the sense that as I'm pulling the golf club, that lead foot is going to push back. I will still get that squat moment in my downswing, because quite frankly, you will never offset the amount you pull the golf club with the amount your legs are pushing back. You will never get your left hip so far inside your lead foot that it will be an incorrect spot, because all that's going to actually do is create more rotation in your golf swing, which, let me tell you, is a power source. So if you do get too much power source, you're still going to hit down and you're still going to hit from the inside. So the amount that you pull on that golf club will dictate the amount that you need to offset it with that lead foot. That lead foot and that pull are a frequency that are working together, which will allow you to then start to get that golf club to swing at the bottom. If you haven't checked out this video here that talks about that swing moment, you're really going to miss a trick. So all of a sudden, I get my pull at the top of the backswing, which will encourage that squat that everybody's talking to you about getting in that change of direction. That's going to give you that energy at the bottom, but they don't tell you how to get that squat. And that squat comes from the pull moment, that pull moment that you've been persuaded not to do because it's a bad thing. Leave your arms alone, just turn out the way. Garbage, I say. So pull the golf club. That will create the squat. Now use the wedge that will unload your left leg and get your hips opening up. And you, just you, might be able to look like those players on the TV. Are you tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves? Head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves tried and trusted by elite amateurs and tour players alike. Enter my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out, you won't be disappointed. That earn a few quid for their living. Thanks so much for watching. Comment in the box below, and that, my friends, is good coaching.